Hi guys, it's Mamey. I hope you are well. I wanted to discuss a book with you today that I just finished last week. I finished it on Saturday. It is 100 Summers by Beatrice Williams. This book was wonderful. I'm not sure what genre you would consider it. Maybe it was women's fiction. I'm not sure, but there was definitely some aspects of historical fiction in it and a little bit of suspense at times. Nothing nothing too majorly suspenseful, but I loved it. The writing was absolutely lovely. It's about a girl. Her name is Lily. It takes place in 1931 and in 1938. So Lily meets Nick in 1931, and they fall in love, and they're both in college, different colleges, and they fall in love. And then the next chapter would be 1938. And now Lily and her family go back to Seaview, Rhode Island. It's like a summer resort, not a resort, a summer vacation community that all like the wealthy people of New York go to every summer. So she's been raised with meeting the same people every summer because they all go to the same place and they vacation there for the entire summer. So her best friend is Budgie. So Budgie is kind of, oh God, she's very seductive. She gets what she wants just by her beauty and her charm and her, her personality of, everybody just gives her whatever she wants because she's so beautiful and very seductive. So Budgie is very different from Lily. Lily's very, quiet. But she's a little sassy at times too, but she's just her own person, not so showy as Budgie is. Anyways, this book, what I loved about it was each chapter goes from 1931, and the next chapter will be 1938, and the next chapter will be 1931, so it goes back and forth between 1931 and 1938. So in 1931, she meets Nick and falls in love, and then in 1938, they go back to the vacation home in Rhode Island, and Budgie, her supposed best friend, is married to Nick. So what happened? They were so in love in 1931. How come 7 years later they are not still together and her best friend is now married to the love of her life? Oh my God, I don't know. It was just so good. It's not a sappy romance where I wouldn't consider this a romance. I consider this contemporary fiction with a bit of a love. It was a wonderful love story. Nothing sappy. Nothing like there's sex in it. It was good. There's a little bit of there's a family drama. There's lots of secrets, and lots of things that you find out throughout the book, which kept me turning the page. Oh my God, I couldn't stop reading it because each chapter, like if I was reading 1931, it left a little bit of like a cliffhanger, but then the next chapter is 1938, so you're like, oh my God, I gotta see what happens to 1931. I don't know. That's just me, but it was wonderful. I loved it. I couldn't put it down. On Saturday morning, I have the weekends off, so on Saturday morning, I usually get up, have a cup of tea, go out and sit on the porch, putter around the garden and walk around. Well, on Saturday morning, I got up, made my tea, went back to bed, and I read till noon until I finished the book. That's how good it was. It wasn't a difficult read. It was fast paced in my opinion, but it wasn't. There was more depth to it than just like. It wasn't chick lit, or I wouldn't even call it women's fiction. It was. I don't know. Maybe it was, but. It wasn't. It was good. It was just so good. I can't even find the words to tell you how good it was. I just loved it. But of course, I love books that are set by the sea because it's my favorite place on the planet. So, in like 1931, everybody was smoking cigarettes and drinking gin, and there was a lot of that in here. So I love the time period. It was right before the war started, and then there's also a little bit of history in here where the Great New England Hurricane of 1938 occurred. So that's in here. A lot happened. So I know that a lot of you said that you don't like romance, and I don't like the real like Harlequin-y type romance either, but I do love love stories. I love love, and I love love stories, and I love relationships and best like friendships and family. You know, the relationships between mothers and daughters and fathers and daughters, and I love that whole relationship story in books. So this was perfect for that. So it had, in my opinion, it had a little bit of everything. There was a love story, but there was also betrayal, and there was also history and sex and scandal and what else can I say? I don't know, but I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. And, you know, when I give my ratings, I'm not so much as like a, how do I want to say this? Like a technical, like I'm not looking at, like a lot of people that I watch, they're more educated in reviewing books as to what a perfect book is and the structure of a book. Or for me, if it holds my attention, if it captivates me, first of all, which this book did immediately, if it captivates me, if the characters are well developed where I feel as though I know them, and if the book makes me let everything else go because I have to read this book. So I mean, I didn't start my laundry on time. You know, if I just have to finish this book and let everything else suffer, then for me that's a 5-star book. I mean, I don't care if the language is, or the grammar's perfect, or the language is perfectly structured. I don't care about that. I just care about what it does for me, how it makes me feel, how it makes me react, how it makes me just totally dive into this world. That's what a 5-star rating does for me. But that's just me. I know we're all different, but that's why I love this book so much. It was fast-paced, easy, great summer read. I just can't. I'm just so excited about it that I can't help but talk about it. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you guys read this book because I think you would like it. The characters are awesome in it. And there's so much going on. You're like, oh my goodness. Anyways, I hope you're well, and thanks for watching. And leave me a comment below. Let me know if you read this book or if you have read anything else by Beatrice Williams. I did go on YouTube and try to find out who she was, and she did a couple talks on a couple of videos on YouTube. I think they were at libraries. She did like a little quick talk and whatnot. But she seemed like a very nice lady, and I think I want to pick up some more of her books. Actually, I do have another one. It is called Along the Infinite Sea. I have that one. That one was actually recommended to me first by a friend, and this just happened to be at my book sale for like $1. So I'm like, yeah, I'll pick it up. And I'm so glad I did, because am I the only one that does this? Like, I think I've asked this before. When I find like a book that I loved, it's like I want to read everything by that author. I mean, I want everything. I'm like, I don't want to stalk them, obviously, but I want to, if this affected me like in such a way that this book has, I want to see what else she or he has written. So that's how I am. I know I'm crazy. I know you're probably all rolling your eyes right now, but that's perfectly fine. And I'm now rambling. So I don't want to make this into a ramble session, so I better cut the tape. Have a good day, guys. Thanks so much for your time. I hope you are reading some really good books. If you are, leave me a comment below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.